Hello. I am Mon43, coach of your Seattle Scarfers, and I'm here with the Week 3 team builder in the Fierce Warrior League. As I quickly pull up the doc, because I forgot my opponent's team and forgot to bring it up beforehand. All a day in the life of Mon. We're coming through with a really solid season. Spoiler alert, but we're currently undefeated. We're 2-0 off of relatively close games. Last game I could have easily lost. I almost threw towards the end. In the first game was just very well played. It's kind of crazy, like how this team has been working, how this season has been going. This team is very, very slow, which is not how I normally play it. Like we're 2 games in and we're at like 120 turns, which is just insane. Just like I never see that. I don't play slow games. I play very, very fast games. So it's really interesting to see how this team is working out. Because like I would argue too, it's not very stally. It's a lot of back and forth, but just okay. End of last game was a little stally. I'll admit that one, but like the rest of it, it's not necessarily really stall. It's just very, very slow, bulky, deliberate play, kind of just constantly whittling each other down. I mean, I didn't even bring regeneration moves. I brought Roost on Burb before, and that's about it. It's really interesting. This team kind of fascinates me because it's so not the playstyle I'm used to, but like it's kind of working in my brain. It's kind of working with prep, even though prep is terrifying. And speaking of terrifying prep, segueing perfectly into my opposing team, we are facing Xiamen. I'm not exactly 100% sure how to pronounce their name. Of the Ohio Sawsbucks. They have an absolutely terrifying team. They're currently 1-0. Although their loss was to the reigning champions. Like a really good team. I'm not sure if I face them in this season. I think I do. And it's going to be really interesting when I face them because they're actually really spooky. He puts a lot of effort through his team. So it's unsurprising that he lost to them. He beat who we beat week 2. And then we're facing him week 3 with I do not like prepping for this team. They have Scissor, Azumarill, Crocodile, Barraskewda, Alolan Raichu, Drapion, Beartic, Blastoise, Pelipper, Pincurchin, Decidueye, which I will call Delmize about 15 times probably, and Lunatone. This team, I don't like it. They have Rain, they have Barraskewda, which is the first thing we're facing that actually forces me to run Timid or Jolly on my Dragapult. Scissor, Azumarill, set up and just sweep you with priority, which is awful, just horrifying. Alolan Raichu, Rising Voltage, and Electric Terrain set up by Pincurchin. Like, I just don't have responses to it. It was a prep nightmare. And then Scarf Crocodile is just really good into this matchup. It's a really good revenge killer for Dragapult if I want to put it in. It gets access to Pursuit because we've allowed old moves. So Pursuit is there. Scarf Knockoff is more than enough. It's really, really hard for my team to deal with. And on top of that, the fact it's just Rain. It's like Rain teams, like you make one mistake and then they just run over you. I make one slip up and a choice banded Barraskewda could just run over my team. Belly Drum Azu could run over my team. Sword Stance Scissor could run over my team. So much can run over my team. Shell Smash Blastoise, that thing is spooky. Like so much on their team can just barrel through me. So it was a really tough preparing for them. Alongside like good hazard support ish. With Drapion with Toxic Spikes, Pincurchin with Spikes and Toxic Spikes. Crocodile is a great stealth rocker. I think Lunatone gets them too. Keeps them off really easily with Decidueye and Pelipper. Rapid Spin on Blastoise. I think that's it. Does Scissor get Defog? I don't think so. I'm kind of blanking out on that because I feel like it actually does. But whatever. We're Defog or not on Scissor. I don't think you'd bring Defog Scissor. Bulkier Scissor actually works though. We're bringing an interesting team this week. I'm really pumped because this is really interesting. This is gonna be like a fun match. I think it was really hard prepping for them. So like I'm hoping that this prep pays off. I put a lot of thought into it. Let's start talking about it. So we're leading off with Tentacruel. Tentacruel is probably our guaranteed lead. We have the Black Sludge, Rain Dish, Toxic Spikes, Protect, Scald, Sludge Bomb, with enough speed to outspeed Crocodile, rest into HP, and a little in special, and then the extra thrown into special defense just for that bulk. This is my best response into like a Pelipper lead. I don't take very much from Pelipper, even if it's very offensive. And then with Black Sludge and Rain Dish, I'm getting 12% back for turn, Protect, jumps that up to about 25% every turn, like for 2 turns time, for free, and I only take 1 turn of damage. Toxic Spikes are very, very important in this game. I'll actually touch back on those later. It sucks that he does have a grounded poison in Drapion, and it's a grounded poison that Gothitelle doesn't threaten, which is unfortunate. A big reason why I drafted Krakatoa for Toxic Spikes was kind of that synergy with Gothitelle that I can't even use this match, but I'm still rocking this Toxic Spikes. They're pretty much free setup on Pelipper. Defog on Pelipper gives me a lot of useful information, like whether or not it's scarfed or something. So yeah, like Krakatoa, probably our lead here. It especially checks like Pelipper. It's all right into Blastoise. It's all right into a bunch of things. Following up, we're having Burb come back for his 2nd week. We're bringing kind of a bulkier set. Enough speed to outspeed. I want to say Alolan Raichu out of Electric Terrain. It's been a while since I've done these calcs. I'm pretty sure it's that one. A lot of HP. The rest into defense. This is my somewhat best Crook switch in. He can predict that with like a Stone Edge or a Rock Slide, and it would suck. But this is what I got. We are threatening a Flame Body Burn on anything that wants to make contact. They have a bunch of things that can. This is my Scissor response as well. Flare Blitz kills outside of rain. It's like 80% in rain. I wanted to bring Utility Umbrella on this thing, but it doesn't work that way. I thought it would reduce the rain reduction, but it just doesn't. And like that's so unfortunate. Like that's so unfortunate. That would be such a fun move to, take advantage of. Like the new item, because he never expected he could like send in Scissor and die to a Flare Blitz, and he's like, why am I dying to this? It's because Utility Umbrella, cool tech, but can't bring it. Unfortunate. We're instead bringing Will-O-Wisp, Roost, Flare Blitz, and Brave Bird with Heavy Duty Boots, and already mentioned the Flame Body. This is basically Crocodile Scissor switching. A little bit of Drapion, a little bit of his ground type coverage. Decidueye that comes up, it doesn't really like this because they're usually physical, though it could be a special Decidueye. I can't click Grass Stab reliably. And all that stuff. That's really what Bird's for. Frog, we're bringing a really fun Frog set. Seismitoad is coming with Life Orb, Max Attack Adamant. Enough speed to outspeed Azumarill and Beartick by just by coincidence, honestly. They're the same speed stat, and the rest in HP. This is my Azumarill answer. This is so a Belly Drum Azumarill does not sweep me. Water Absorb negates the threat of Aqua Jet. And Poison Jab with Max Attack Life Orb kills it after the Belly Drum boost, I believe. It might actually one-shot from like 100%, I don't remember. But it does a lot of damage to specifically Azumarill. Azumarill is an issue. Azumarill is a Pokemon that's so hard to prep for because if it gets a Belly Drum up in the right situation, it might just be able to click Aqua Jet and win. So, like, this is my response to it. I actually wanted to bring Swift Swim Frog to take advantage of his rain, because this thing actually is like gets kind of spooky when it goes on the offensive like that, but I just could not fit that ability on. I need Water Absorb. I was tempted to like play it like I was Water Absorb, but actually be Swift Swim to throw off his Azumarill so he doesn't Aqua Jet me. But it's not worth it. Water Absorb also lets me come in on like Barraskewda and stuff. Pelipper if he does not bring Azumarill, but if Azumarill does show up, that's what Frog is here. He is here to revenge kill Azumarill in any situation. Following this up, we have Spyro coming back. Culverberry Cursed Body set with Hex, Thunderbolt, U-Turn, and Will-O-Wisp. This is a hard set to bring because Scarf Crocodile just threatens it so much. But I think I'm bringing a pretty solid set. We're Culverberry, so we do take a knockoff. We're Cursed Body, so if he like, I'm expecting Scarf Crocodile. I'm really expecting Scarf Crocodile. So if he brings Scarf Crocodile, Cursed Body has a chance to force him into struggle. Hex. This is why the Toxic Spikes are important. We're bringing Toxic Spikes Hex along with Will-O-Wisp on Burb and Will-O-Wisp on Dracobolt. Spread as much status as possible. He has a lot of physical attackers, and spreading the status, specifically the burns, will do a lot, along with just toxic spikes. Then get one spike and sit on it. That would be awesome. If, like, best case scenario, he doesn't bring Drapion. It's a possible bring. But yeah, and then, like, just throw around hexes, because those hexes are going to break through his team. He has so much on his team that doesn't want to take a hex. If you want to take a hex and your name's not Crocodile, you don't want to take it, or you can take a hex and your name's not Crocodile, Thunderbolt's for that. That one shots Pelipper, that two shots Blastoise. Yeah, it's like, and then Alolan Raichu outside of, Electric Terrain, that's the name. Doesn't want to take a hex. U-turn for a little momentum if I need to, or if I want to predict a Crook switch or something like that. Just kind of keep this thing safe. This is kind of my like game cleaner. It was the last 2 weeks, not intentionally last week, but it just kind of ended up playing that role, and it's going to continue playing that role. I think it plays it rather well. Also coming back, the only two Pokemon on this team that have been to all 3 weeks are Dragapult and Scrafty, and Scrafty is coming back for another week. I love this Pokemon. We're bringing a Assault Vest Intimidate set with near max HP, max special defense. Max. Like, with the careful nature. Absolutely max. This is my Alolan Raichu kind of response. Like, that thing is nutty. Rising Voltage from a +2 Alolan Raichu has a chance to one-shot this thing at all that bulk. Like, it's horrific. I spent so long prepping for, like, a response to this Alolan Raichu, and I just couldn't find one. This is my best response, because it's now a roll, and that's really the best bet I got. But it is bringing the awesome tech of Fake Out is actually coming, not something you really see in singles. VGC all the time, though. Fake Out is there because he's a lot of stuff on his team that doesn't, that like needs something sitting to be stronger. So this is, I can use this to stall out turns of electric terrain. I can use this to stall out rain. I can use to stall out poison damage. I can use this to stall out burn damage. I can use this to basically enable it, and then it puts me in a situation where I can kind of rotate Intimidates and Fake Outs if like Alolan Raichu isn't a threat. It also gives me, if Alolan Raichu is here, it gives me this chance to Fake Out, stall a turn of Electric Terrain, and then now he has to kind of predict, am I going to switch into Frog or am I going to switch, like, stay in? Because he predicts with an Electric type attack or Surf. Frog takes both of those. Actually, it doesn't take anything from them, or is it going to Rising Voltage, which does kill Scrafty, and it kind of forces that mind game. It allows me to stall out more turns so that maybe Electric Terrain can end and I can get Dragapult in or something else. But like, this Alolan Raichu is such a problem, and basically if it gets to +2, I am forced to enter mind games with Fake Out to kind of just stall it out. It's really unfortunate. It's a really awkward position, but that's what I got. And my final... Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry about that. My final member is Gallant. Cobalion's coming back. I wasn't sure about this set. This set seems pretty feast or famine. We're bringing Shuckaberry. I read Shucka and Justified at the same time. Shuckaberry, with an interesting speed stat. This is enough to beat out Non-Scarf Crocodile. A very important attack stat at 172 EVs. This is the exact amount of attack I need to guarantee a close combat kill on, I believe, an uninvested Crocodile. Guaranteed, no roll. And then the rest into HP. Bringing Close Combat, Iron Head, Volt Switch, and Magnet Rise. So this is an interesting set. I wasn't sure about it. I think it has the ability to do very well. At the very least, it makes him question clicking knockoff on Crocodile, which is something. This is basically like my best Crocodile response, especially if it's Scarf and it's locked into knockoff. If it's not, it's a little bit of a wash. But what I can do is, if he switches in Crocodile on me, Shuckaberry guarantees I live in Earthquake, and then I can Magnet Rise, which is either going to force him out or sack off his Crocodile, which is awesome. Volt Switch for a little momentum, so if he, like, his response after that is Pelipper, because Pelipper resists dual stab. Volt Switch one-shots, I believe, most Pelippers, maybe not bulkier Pelipers. I don't remember. And then I kind of hit a lot of stuff neutrally well. I don't do a ton of damage, but basically I just come in, it kind of exploit the ground type coverage on stuff like Drapion, Crocodile, like the moves like that he would like to use, and then can fire off some strong blows. But this is, as I said, primarily for Crocodile, because I take an EQ, I take a close combat at like 72%. I take a lot against it. And if he wants to click knockout, he has to be comfortable with potentially giving me a justified boost, which is awesome. So this is going to be an interesting Cobalion set. I kind of just threw it on at the end, but I think it has the ability to do a lot. So that's the team. We're going to get right into the match with Shaman. It should be awesome. It was really, really hard prepping for this team, which usually means it's going to be like a more fun battle. So yeah, I'll see you in just a second as we fade back in. And cue Marnie's theme as we're back. Actually, Marnie's theme technically isn't playing. I put that in post, but I freaking love that theme. I've listened to it over and over and over and over and over again. Like listening to my videos, and I like adore every second of it, regardless. Like, man, that theme is so good. I was like, maybe I should mix up with battle music, but every time I just want to add Marnie's theme again, because like I'm listening to it for legitimately hours on end. But we're actually into the battle finally. Let me quickly post on the whatever it's called, the Discord. Good luck, man, have fun. Okay, I'm dropping the good luck, have fun, because I think that saying you too is taboo, because I'm not expressly wishing them good luck. I'm not sure, but I think that is how it is. So I should probably get into the game now that we're actually in here. Did bring the Rancor, but did not bring like Bear Scuda. Instead brought Beartick as his Rain Sweeper, which is interesting. No Azumarill, thank God. Oh boy, that thing scared me. No Raichu. So, like, Scrafty is pretty free. Scrafty can be a, like, Pelipper annoyance, Blastoise annoyance. It'll probably have to be a Blastoise annoyance, unless he turns out to be a physical Blastoise. Delmise too, which is a really interesting bring. I'm not 100% sure what it does. It does have Shadow Sneak for my, Spyro. And he does bring Drapion. I had a hunch, and Crook, which also had a hunch. Will he lead with Rain? Like, he brought Pelipper, so I think my lead should still be Krakatoa. That's what I plan to do. Because Spreading Spikes is fine. With no Azumarill, Frog is actually opened up to actually respond to Drapion too. So that's what we're going to lead with, as he does lead with Pelipper. And I'm just going to set up my Spikes turn 1. He can Hurricane me, he can do a lot. But I'm just going to heal back, like 25% because of Rain. I mean, I'm going to do 12%, but 25% if I protect. One Spike up, he Hurricanes me, it does about 40. I Rain Dish, plus that. I protect to see if he has Defog or U-turn, or if he's Scarfed, or if he just wants to chill in front of me. If he goes into Drapion here, cool, that's fine. You still have to be a little careful. He can't just click knockoff without, like, maybe Cobalion comes in. My switch in is probably Seismitoad. Where's it Talonflame? It might be Talonflame now that I have Scissor's not here. Man, there's so many threats on his team, and he brought like Blastoise, Crocodile, Beartick, which like I'm scared about, but not as much as I was scared for Azu and Raichu. Those two, like, really shook me. So let's see if he doesn't like if he doesn't switch up his move here. He might be he doesn't switch up, so he might be Scarfed. Does he just stand and keep clicking U-turns? I should probably actually calc. Oop, that's my draft league match I just lost. My draft league. My, turn 1. Here, let me quickly switch over. You get team builder and stuff. Let me click lobby. I made a new team. This team. Import, export. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I'm taking a long turn for this turn. I'm sorry. Clear custom sets. I totally forgot to load my sets so I could calc whether or not that's Scarf or maybe Specs. Tentacruel. Pelipper. Ain't defensive, that's for sure. Is that just a max attack? Special attack? That's bulky. I think that has to be Specs or Modest. Yeah. That might be a high roll Modest. I'm gonna Scald. He doesn't switch, which is interesting. He is not Spec'd, so he's probably just high roll Modest. He's not Scarfed. He's not... He's not, like, Scarfed. He goes into Drapion to clear the spike, as expected. Burb can be my pretty safe switch-in. Krakatoa from that entire time took 9%, which is really nice. So he does have U-turn, and he's like max special attack on his Pelipper. He's not choiced, which is fine. Burb comes in. Earthquake, very surprise. We're gonna Will-O-Wisp, because if I can get a Will-O-Wisp down on this, that would be awesome. I'd imagine he stays in. He might have a rock move. If I miss this Will-O-Wisp, I'll be very sad. I don't know, Drapion get like rock type coverage? I don't think it does. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't exactly prep for it breaking rock type coverage. It probably gets rock slide. Most things get rock slide. Yeah, it gets rock slide. So you could have brought rock slide on it. The way so far he's like not. Oh, I missed the Will-O-Wisp. That's so unfortunate. He Toxics back. That's fine. That's really, really unfortunate. I'm just gonna go for the Will. Are you kidding? 2 in a row. Game. I think that's more so a sign of him being a crit Drapion. Rather than that, I'm gonna switch into into Cobalion. The double Will-O-Wisp miss is really sad. He doesn't have rock coverage, and I can come in on most things and just roost. 2 Will-O-Wisp in a row. Come on! Burb, you gotta hit those! Oh, I had that in the background. I had Minecraft in the background and I just wasn't paying attention. You guys into Pelipper? Do I Volt Switch on the Crook Switch? Or do I Magnet Rise on the Crook Switch? Sorry, do I Volt Switch on the non-Crook Switch? Or do I Magnet Rise? He has to be worried about that. I'm gonna Volt Switch. Even if he goes into it... Ooh, I hit it, I knock it out. Perfecto. Pelipper gone, and Rain ends in 1 turn, so Beartic can't do anything. He has Speedy. I can't just knock off in front of him. Is Burb my switch-in? I'm gonna go into Talonflame here. Talonflame isn't as useful. Oh, actually, Rain ends this turn. Perfect. No more Rain. Beartic is his response, which is interesting. I think I outspeed even if he's Scarfed. Do I Willow here? Do I just Roost to look, like, see what he's doing? Because I resist. I resist a lot. Beartic. He's Banded and I Roost. Let's take away my flying type. Icicle Crash. This isn't Banded. This is Sword Stance. That's still Sword Stance. Aquajet does a lot. Frog might be my play here. I actually outspeed it by 1, completely unintentionally, and less intentionally, I don't remember. Or Krakatoa. Now it's going to Frog. Yeah, Aqua Jet, Water Absorb says nah. I click knockoff. I click knockoff here, like without a shadow of a doubt. If he's like banded, his Beartic is kind of in a sad state because he has to switch out. And he goes into Decidueye, knockoff kills. He goes into Blastoise, and he's like White Herb. He loses that. He just stays in. He's Heavy Duty Boots. He goes for Bulldoze. Lowering my speed. Rude. Beartic looks like he's about to drop a Draco, apparently. Oh, I get it. I can just pivot around this, right? Or do I just take his attack? See, I can go to Burb here. And even if he predicts it, it's like nothing's really lost. I'm just gonna Talonflame. He goes in the Icicle Crush, that's fine. I lose Burb here, but I still have like a Will-O-Wisper. Does Beartic die? Oh, I go into Gallant, actually. Yeah, because he's gonna want a Bullet Punch. I haven't shown Magnet Rise just yet. And then this puts him in an awkward spot. He's just gonna Aqua Jet, interesting. I get the Magnet Rise off, and then I click Iron Head. And this puts him in a really weird spot, because now he doesn't want to respond with Crook. If he does respond with Crook, I know he's Close Combat Crook. And actually, in that case, no, I can't afford to lose Gallant just yet. He does 20%. Beartic drops. He does go into Crook, which means he is probably Close Combat. He's Intimidate. Interesting. I think I live at Close Combat, even with my chip. Yeah, I live with my chip, and Close Combat kills. Although I am -1, actually. So Close Combat won't kill, but I will do a lot of damage to it. Yeah, I do 68 to 81. And that's the damage I need, because actually I think I kill with Fake Out and Scrafty. He has a lot of ground coverage on his team. He's really thinking. It's probably on whether or not he predicts like a Dragapult switch. Like, does he click the Close Combat predicting me switching? Because I played relatively predictively. I played kind of safely. It's my phone boops. This is interesting. This turn shows a lot about what his Crocodile is. Ah! There's something on my phone. Whoops. Oh, I edited that out. A text from my mother. Not a very important one, though. This game's moving. He's playing really late. He's playing really slow. We got a lot of people watching this game, too. That's one of the things I love about Showdown. Like the ability to spectate and chat live. He does predict the switch in. Unfortunately, that's going to be giving me the justified boost. I lose a Shuckaberry that I am happy to lose, and I knock out Crook. Big play. They're giving it a crap. Yeah, the people are giving him crap that like he made that play, but that's a fair prediction. It was like a fair prediction. He was like he wanted to catch my Dragapult switch, which Dragapult doesn't do a lot now, just because this game's gone so long. And what does Drapion do to me, even at -1? I might just stay in here. Like, knockoff doesn't do anything. He's crit Drapion. So maybe he's Night Slash. A Night Slash crit. with Sniper. This does like nothing. And he can't hit me with... I am -1. I didn't actually calc the -1. Yeah, like a Night Slash crit does like 30%. Like it's nothing. CC doesn't do too much back. I'm actually just going to Iron Head. He switches. Interesting. I think the Magnet Rise has him in a really awkward position right now, which is a good bring in my behalf. I don't think this thing does very much to me either, so I'm just going to keep clicking Iron Head. Cabalion's done its job. Like, I'm just going to keep offensively pressuring him until either Cobalion goes down or Cobalion wins. Oh, a Hurricane miss? That sucks. I missed two. I missed two Will-O-Wisps, so we're kind of getting back. That's still an unfortunate play. I don't know if Magnet Rise... If he goes into Drapion, I just Magnet Rise, I think. Or I just Volt Switch. No, I Magnet Rise. Because I guarantee outspeed, and I'm just going to make this as awkward as possible. He realizes with... I'm pretty sure his set is Earthquake, Toxic, Cross Poison, Night Slash. I outspeed. Yeah, I take that free. Like, he doesn't want a Night Slash, and Night Slash is his best move against me. So I just keep Iron Heading. Don't get many flinches. He gets his crit, because I'm... Night Slash with Scope's Lens is 50%, right? I don't remember the exact math. If I get a flinch, it's good. Don't get a flinch. Cobalion goes down, but does work going down. And then all I have to do now is just make sure Blastoise doesn't Shell Smash sweep me. I think Spyro is my response here. How much does Spyro do to a Cell Smashing Blastoise? This is probably his endgame. Thunderbolt does about half. Is Spyro the best play here? Because then he's just gonna double his speed. I think I just do the half with Spyro, and then Scrafty comes in. And yeah, I take like a Focus Blast on Scrafty. Yeah, so Dragon Bolt comes in. I'm just going to double check. I'm playing this super safe after nearly throwing last week by being an idiot and going a little too fast and trying to preserve differential. I just have to double check. Double check. Thunderbolt kills, Hex kills. We're going to Thunderbolt. And I think what happens here is I Thunderbolt, he Shell Smashes. Shaven feels like he's in an awkward spot, but it's cool. Dark Pulse. My Culver Berry does come into play. I guess he's a Life Orb set. Interesting. So that will be the game. Spyro kicks up the last two kills. Just Cobalion and... Cobalion. Really, Cobalion just showed up and broke that game open. That was really, really good. We're sending the GGs to Shaman. That is... Okay, my third week here. We're going undefeated so far, 3-0. We might be the only team. I think there's at least two more teams. It's only 3 weeks in. We're starting off the season 3-0. That was a really hard team to prep for. So like, good on Shaman. I just I sacked him. I realized a little bit in that like Drapion and Crocodile and Beartick were really, really reliant on their ground coverage, so that Magnerized bring was really clutch. I actually didn't think it would be all that good. It would be good into Drapion and stuff. He said if I just did Earthquake. I'm just gonna tell him that he said if I just Earthquaked. Would have needed to CC, but I lived that. I'm just gonna post the calc so he doesn't feel like he really messed up. Like the Crocodile play with the knockoff was unfortunate, but it wasn't actually the end of the world. Yeah, but honestly, that prediction was big. It made Cobalion just able to sit out and live for so much longer without him being able to really respond to it. But it wasn't big enough. It really like Cobalion was just huge in that game. I did not think. I almost didn't bring Cobalion. I didn't think it would be that big because a lot of his team just didn't do too well. Just Cobalion didn't really threaten that much, and I wanted something to put on the board and threaten hard so he couldn't belly drum in front of me or nasty plot or any of that. It was honestly a good game. Played much more aggressively. Just Cobalion really pulled out the stops. The Magnet Rise was just not something he was prepared for, which is fair. I mean, you Magnet Rise Cobalion's a little like you can see it coming, but only so much. It was still a really good match against Shaman. He had me worried from basically start to finish. His team's just so aggressive that even though I kind of pulled out that early lead, I wasn't sure if I could turn it around or like maintain my own momentum because his team is just that scary. So like, good on you, Shaman. That was a really good match. We're gonna win 4-0 against the Ohio Sawsbucks, which I am very, very happy with. This team is doing a lot better than I was really expecting into this matchup, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. Bye. Have a good one.